together, so, yeah, it meets the intent, honestly.
Yeah, and
That's what
the
I
waiver
said.
came, if I'm remembering, the waiver was given by the state the following day.
True.
So we made our decision without a waiver.
Oh,
It was
good.
retroactively waived by New York
Okay.
State.
Yeah, I say we give that up.
So let's look into that. 'Cause
Do we need to do like a choose your, like a, yes, A, we're going to look into it, and then B, we're also going to do a vote in case we hear back in between this time, because I know the decision has to be made
Well, I mean,
today, or no?
Dr. McCursey, if we could come together to
June
vote
5
on it,
one
I
of the
guess,
options?
you know,
Is June
if we
5th one of the
really
I think a lot of
felt
districts
strongly
have
about it.
Really?
We could still, if we don't
Got
vote
both.
tonight, we can still catch April 6th if we absolutely wanted to, we needed to,
Well, the
correct?
only problem with that is I think if we're going to do April 6th, the more notice we give people, the better.
Are you going?
I mean, there still is time.
All right,
that they can at least- Not ideal, but they could still plan for it.
Ella and I think that because June 5th is Gov Ball, and we're both going, that might be a good day.
actually
That
not a
might be
bad
good
idea.
day. I'm just
It's not
going to
a-
throw it to Friday.
not a bad
I'm just
idea.
throwing that out there.
I mean, June is, I think those June days are always like very looser than the other days. Hilltown's graduation.
But this will be a year that no teacher plays a movie 2 weeks prior to the end of the school year. Or one, says me. It's aggravating.
So what's the resolution here? Are you-
Dr. McCursey, do you think we're able to look into whether we can not accept the waiver? And is that a reasonable?
No, I think we have to accept the waiver. I think the conversation, now just thinking about it, is the waiver, how the state calculates snow days is one thing, how we look
Okay,
at the
fair
snow
enough.
days
100%.
internally is another. you know.
And we have the most generous give back days, don't get me started on this, so like, that should, honestly.
I think
No,
people have
honestly.
short-term memory when it comes to that.
We have a
I
lot of give
think
back
that
days.
If the state was giving it back to everyone, I don't think that we should take it away. That's just my opinion. I think that's not in good faith.
The state is giving it for the instructional piece, right? We are, because of our massive amount of give back days, we are right up to the wire on
Well,
instructional,
it's
right?
sort of like you're
So-
double dipping, because you didn't have a work day, and then you're also getting it as though you didn't get it, you're getting it again.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I big mouthed this to Maureen. Like, I would like to see what the other districts are doing around that, if anyone else is doing that.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
wouldn't want
not
to be the
everyone
only
has to
district
give back
doing that.
days, but I don't know how those that do have them, how
So,
they're handling it, which I think we need to.
But
I-
the other district's boiler break.
Right.
Well, we got
Or
those,
the lab.
that was not one of
I
our.
thought you were
lot of
asking
extra
also if,
We got
because
that
I do
back.
think some local districts have the Monday off, not so much as a give back day, just because that's how they plan their calendar. Because I know we already, not a lot, but there are quite a few people already taking off because their child is off on Monday.
Oh,
on which
is that,
day?
is that right, with the instructional staff? You have a
Instructional
bunch?
staff, yeah.
Well,
Sorry,
that's
on which
also
day?
important to
Yeah,
know.
not many, but there's like 9
That
so
is the
far.
Easter Monday.
Yeah.
That, the
All
April
right,
8th.
I mean.
And
you
we
know,
have seen people who have taken it as a religious observance and travel and all the rest, you know, if you, I mean, I'm just
I mean,
mentioning,
part of
that's
our-
why what was started the thinking about that day make sense, because it is, I'm not suggesting that, you know, but there
No,
will be a number of people
I
out
will
that
say
day.
this, that part of, when it comes to our duties, making a calendar, what the state wants us to do is try to reflect the logistics of the village. So, the logistics of the school community. So there is a rationale for that Monday because of the things you're saying. So I don't know, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot of enthusiasm for that day, and we know it's kind of stepping on certain things, but it also has a rationale for it.
I mean, you know, that's
We
sort of.
should vote just in case we,
Contingency.
Well, only a positive vote would.
Well, we have
matter.
additional days to discuss anyway, so you could still look into the whole waiver thing and vote on that.
Correct,
so that
right,
people
like you
have
could
the
give this
time,
day
'cause we
off,
have
and then
2
it would
more.
limit
Yeah,
the
we have
amount
2
of
more to
days
discuss.
off at
Well,
Memorial
there's the
Day.
waiver, but what about, isn't the HTA get involved with this?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that.
Yeah. So you could vote on the 6th and still ask us to engage in a discussion with HCA leadership about the application of the other days. Because that, you still have the 3 days left, and that waiver calculation you're curious about would apply to those 3. So then there would be 2 left.
So-
And you'd
Right.
expand your Memorial Day weekend by 2 days.
So are
You
people,
see what I'm saying? You could
Yeah.
commit to the 6th.
Sure.
And
I'm
then
down with that.
on the
Move to
8th,
the 6th if we have to.
you would decide how to, we would know more by then.
okay. So maybe that's the best logistical,
But just to clarify, if we commit to the 6th, that's a given. The other two that remain to be scheduled would be how the waiver question comes into play.
Yes.
Because people have to plan, obviously. I'm down for the 6th.
Are trustees comfortable with that? Yeah? Okay. So is there a motion to approve April 6th, Monday, April 6th as an additional inclement weather give back day?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
All right, so then we'll notice families tomorrow on this, and then on the 8th, we'll talk about how to handle the balance of days. In between, I'll talk with HCA leadership about this.
Yeah. Moving on to second public comment. Is anybody? Nope. Yes? Oh.
Did you sign the sheet, Tanya?
You're welcome.
Was it about the day?
I hope
I
not.
have so many thoughts.
Let's hear them all. 3 minutes.
3 minutes, go. It's not going to be about math, so you're welcome. My first thought, I hate commenting. My thought is about this administrator
Could you just
position,
say your
really.
name before you speak?
It's Tanya Reinders. I can sign the sheet. And
For the record.
it's about this administrator position. I 100% believe in the ideals behind it. My issue is with the money. I mean, just what, like Alex talked about, because it's not a $200,000 position. It's benefits, it's salary, it's retirement, it's whatever. We know that administrators don't get to necessarily be one-on-one with students, so it's them deploying other people and other causes that then cost extra money to go into the classrooms. And so I very fully believe in our administrators, and I really do think that they can cohesively create inclusive environments where students feel like they belong and are encouraged and loved and supported amongst themselves. I have full faith in our administrators to be able to create that kind of environment, and if necessary, then to deploy extra money, extra resources but it's not $200,000 ongoing, that's salary and retirement and all that stuff that actually adds up to far more. That's my thought. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Moving on to agenda review. This will be for April 8th. We're going to have, obviously, like Dr. McCristy mentioned, we're going to continue the budget update with space for discussion, and we're going to talk about the other unused inclement weather days. So it's going to be much like this meeting, just a couple weeks later.
Well,
Yeah,
like
we should do a
the
bond update.
facilities update, bond
Yeah.
update, we're going to be having, we'll be opening bids for facilities work in March. We have bids out for the field work, and probably, there potentially could be a recommendation to award a contract in April.
Oh, okay, wow. So it's going to be a big meeting also.
Yes, we should add that to the
Yeah.
posted agenda.
Yes,
Oh, sorry, I
definitely.
didn't even mention,
Yeah.
yes. Melissa.
Yeah, and we'll follow up on the field stuff, so, okay. Yeah, we should definitely put that
And
on the posted
other
agenda.
contract work.
Maureen, because we've had a lot of emails about the specs and the third party and everything, but we are trying to arrange a facilities meeting
Correct.
with the contractors to kind of really go into that. That is all in advance.
Yes, yeah, and
anything hitting the
I did
street.
see your email, maybe we could talk offline just about if you're thinking about, that may provide, first it's figuring out people's availability internally and then working with the external, so I
Right.
try to find out yours first but I think if we can bring them in remotely, or that may be much easier for them than to secure them.
Yeah.
I mean, on short
Yeah.
notice, in terms
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the questions, I know, so we're hoping to have that either this week or early next week, so we'll see what works. And we could also do it during the day, too, whatever works best for you all.
Okay, that's very good. Moving on to board comments.
I have a comment. Been waiting. Hello? Okay.
There you go.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
stay
okay.
close to it.
Okay. As a Hastings-on-Hudson school board member, I feel compelled to share my thoughts with the public regarding the recent incidences with the middle and high school wrestling team discussed at our last meeting. As board members, we requested to learn more about the behaviors that caused the superintendent and high school principal to end the wrestling season at the end of December, which was then subsequently reinstated. We also asked for specific details into the actions taken by the administrators including the timeline. We have now been apprised of this information. I'm concerned about the environment in the athletics department where this behavior took place. What systems and expertise must we put in place to ensure that when serious incidents occur, they are addressed with the rigor, training, and care our students deserve? What kind of learning do our student athletes need so they know what bullying and hazing looks like on a team? My issue is not with the character of those on the wrestling team. They are teenagers who need role models and thoughtful intervention. My concern is with the restorative justice process in a district that has struggled with implementing restorative practices with fidelity. We heard two different narratives from leaders. One that there was hazing and another that the behavior did not constitute hazing or bullying, and a boys will be boys type of narrative. Given the seriousness of the situation, it would seem most appropriate for such a process and any conclusions drawn from it to include meaningful oversight and input from a team of individuals with training and expertise in counseling, sports-related hazing, and restorative justice. Without that level of expertise guiding the process, it raises important questions about how those conclusions were reached. As the grown-ups in the room, we are ultimately responsible for our students' physical and emotional safety. We want tough and resilient kids and to let kids be kids. But it may be this mentality, especially in a situation like this, that overlooks emotional harm that may come to light now or in the future. How can we, as a school community, ensure that when harm occurs, the response is guided by trained professionals, centers student well-being, and strengthens a culture of accountability, safety, and learning? How can we empower and inspire our students, our most important stakeholders, to truly take care of each other and enlist trusted adults?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well said.
Anyone else?
David helped me with some edits.
Sounded good. I just want to bring up one thing that's come on my radar, maybe someone else's. I understand that New York State issued guidance around lice, lice treatment, lice policies, not even policies, but
Lice?
Recently?
Lice?
Last year.
Like,
Last year, lice.
year.
oh,
Head
head lice?
Anyway, headline is, my understanding is that lice has sort of become endemic to the Hillside population, and there are parents who are concerned that as a board, we might need to look at a more effective, policy, frankly, because there are parents whose kids are getting it numerous times, who are spending a lot of money handling it.
That's horrible.
So it's not for tonight, but I think we need to put it on our radar a little bit because it's a
Well,
real
the
issue.
CDC, as a preschool director, the CDC changed their guidelines. I don't know why, maybe Maha, I don't know. You can stay in
Surprise,
school now
surprise.
if you have lice.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, it was before, but you don't, you don't, because parents were really saying that it was a hardship for their children to be sent home when they have lice, you no longer need to send a child home. So it then, obviously, it keeps going around and around.
No, and my understanding when I looked into it very briefly was that that it was up to districts to set, if they wanted to, they could set a more restrictive policy. Anyway, it's not for tonight, but I think we should.
Yeah, no, I think that's important because we've received emails on it, and again, with the upcoming break, I mean, we'll have meetings internally because I think historically, sometimes when you come back from breaks and vacations and such,
yeah.
we do see at different points, like like summer camp, there's different times in which we do see it. So I think we can discuss internally because not only the sent home piece, we were also providing some screenings in the
Right,
school.
Lice Lady.
Oh my
That we
goodness, I
kind of
love
stopped, but we
that.
did,
Stop
we
that.
get away from it.
No.
Because it was
Because
related to the guidance and not
couldn't send
shaming
the kid
kids and all
home,
the rest,
so-
so I think that's
We
the
could-
piece we have to look at.
Maybe in the next meeting, we could give you an update on what we have been doing, where we've landed, our own medical director's advice on it, and PTSA SEPTA leadership's been helpful thinking about this, urging us. And in the mic, you speak to the mic.
We had talked about, we had been bringing the light, like preventatively, not so
Yeah,
much
so we
as when
can-
there was an outbreak, but there's some talk about once there have been a few, then calling them in, but that's also sometimes difficult to kind of get that in the right time or how many, and sometimes like I've heard about it after, but didn't know there were cases, so I think I've seen some emails come in, so I think we, like to your point, we can revisit it because we're still allowed to do what we choose
Yeah, I
to do.
think it'd be good to revisit it. I mean, it's a major issue. I spent so much money with like lice remediation in my life that this was definitely like a trauma moment for me. But it's not, so we can't make the lice lady mandatory because of sort of like the shaming effect of it and piece of it?
No, I think, no, why don't we put it on the agenda? We'll come back and explain it, because there are a lot of layers to it. There is, separate from the CDC, research on at what point you're intervening, when do you catch it, all the rest. We had talked about still offering, partnering with the PTSA SEPTA, after-school opportunities. So why don't we come give you an update on it?
After-school opportunities.
To be screened.
Checked.
I love those
To be
after-school
checked.
opportunities.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Anyone else?
So,
I just want to wish our Hastings robotics team good luck. They have
So
a
this
competition at Rockland Community College this weekend, Friday from approximately 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday morning, 9 a.m. until around noon. So this is the first robotics competition program. So it's going to be showcasing incredible engineering, programming, and teamwork. So shout out to our team and good luck, and thank you to Austin Hills for the leadership there. Ella mentioned our affinity group that presented at the Changing Suburbs Institute at Manhattanville University. They will indeed be presenting on Thursday at Soups Conference Day. That'll be at 12:15, 1 hour, 12:15 to 1:15 in the high school auditorium.
Gotta go.
So
You
thank you to all of those folks, and it was really incredible to see our students take the lead regionally in the way that they did. It was so strong and
outstanding.
beautiful, and I look forward to the reprise and then putting what the so what into the now what in terms of that action piece.
It's lovely.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's. Thank you all.
Thank
Lovely meeting.
you.
Is there a motion to adjourn our meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Are these yours?
Thank you,